All right, guys, we're going to get started shortly. First and foremost, this is a live edition. So for those who are watching the replay, the audio may be a little different because we are actually in the studio. We're in the production studio today. We're setting up the office and getting things together. However, first things first, I want to say is I appreciate everyone who wished me a happy birthday. That's why you haven't seen me, guys. My birthday is August 25th. And so, yes, I'm a Virgo, I think, because they have this new whole horoscope thing going down. Not that it matters. But for all you who wished me a happy birthday, appreciate it highly. Thank you so much. And just enjoyed myself, man. I really did. And so I thought I owed you guys a live stream versus a pre-recorded, pre-edited situation, and wanted to talk about something very important. However, before we get into the sampling and what and how it's going to change actually the way you guys make money, it's going to change everything in the music industry, this whole sampling information that I'm gonna give you. Want to first get this started and get the small talk out the way. For those of you who don't know, my name is SG1 from the Grammy Award winning team, The Peacemakers, and Music Millionaires TV. I'm the founder of Music Millionaires TV, and we basically do a DIY, teach you how the music industry goes, production tips, music business tips, teach you the secrets of the music millionaires and the industry elite. So if this is something that you're interested in and you're watching the pre-recorded version of this show, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also click on the bell notification that is right beside it so that you'll be notified when we put out new videos. Now, with all that said, let me give you guys some highlights to what's going on and keep you up to date. So we're working on the website. For those of you who have not been receiving emails, we don't know what's going on with the server. We've been working on it for weeks now. We've been working with our hosting company. So if you haven't been receiving emails, that's why the server on our end has been compromised some kind of ways, fashion, or form, not hacked, just compromised. Or I think there's a configuration issue from what I'm being told with tech. However, we're getting that up and running. But what you can do is go to the website, music-millionaires.com. Click on a bell. There's a little bell in the left-hand corner of the screen. And what that does is that allows us to send you push notifications to your phone, to your PC, your tablet, whatever you're using to be notified of opportunities when it comes to music and sync placements and things of that nature. So if you're not getting emails, make sure you push that bell notification on the website so that you can get push notifications to be notified. Also, if you've noticed emails coming that seem to be old, that is a part of that glitch that we're talking about, where it's sending out old emails and things of that nature. However, I appreciate all you guys watching. And from let me get this out the way. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all my peacemakers out there, all the producers who follow us, who has been supporting us, who has sent music in for submission. Congratulations to all you guys who have gotten placements recently. We are finalizing the contracts on those placements, and we will be issuing checks to all of you guys soon as the account receivables is gotten by us or received by us. We'll be issuing you guys your checks for all you who have gotten placements. So congratulations. And I know a lot of you said that you didn't want your names put out there. You want to keep working. You don't want the notoriety, but I think it's a big deal just to say that you've gotten it. So if you're one of those people who are watching and you want to tell somebody about your placement with us, congratulations. And for those who don't know, all those who have signed up to the Music Millionaires website that has become members get opportunity to send music to us for our jobs that are presented to us and then get sync placements opportunities. But with that said, special shout out to the team, DLR Music, BK Bangers, of course, Zach, hands down, Shilu, Tay Scrizzle, I said your name wrong. Tay, you know who I'm talking about. All you producers, man, that is a part of the team that's been following, that's been retweeting our tweets and videos, things of that nature. Appreciate you guys, and I gotta get that way. I gotta give you guys credit, and people who are watching this and producers who are watching this maybe one day will say, I remember them saying that producer's name. I remember SG was talking about this producer or that producer, because you never know who is the next big time Grammy Award winning producer. However, you didn't come here for that. You want to know about the sampling, okay? And after we talk about the sampling and how it is becoming legal, then we're going to get into some questions for those of you who have questions. All right. So first off, let me put my tablet here so I can, no, well, that's not gonna work. Anyway, I'll just put my tablet right here. All right, I'm back to my phone. So for those of you who are producers and been in the music industry, we know firstly that streaming has always, streaming, off game now. All right, so before I even get started, can everyone hear me okay? Is the sound all right in the chat? If you don't mind, someone just give me thumbs up that the sound is coming through, the stream is okay, and you guys can hear me. And I'll wait a couple seconds for that. I'll do one better. Let me see if I can go to it myself. All right. Okay. I'm going to wait for my screen to load up because I can't hear you guys. But you can probably hear me. And I just want to make sure that everything is working fine. All right, so now I can hear the audio is working, so now I'm good. All right, so all right, guys, I apologize for it being dark. We don't have all the lighting and stuff set up in here. All right, so forgive the dark colors or me being dark. However, so if you're a producer, then you know about sampling, and you also know that there's been copyright issues about sampling, and you happen to have to get clearance before using a sample. All right, that has been the norm within the music production field, and it's been a part of our plight as producers and songwriters, okay, having to get a sample cleared. All right, but as of recently, here's going to be the thing, guys. As of recently, there has been DJs, producers, let me just be direct, a company, if you are not familiar with, called Dubstep, that has recently negotiated and successfully negotiated an agreement with Sony Music Group. And what they've basically done is they've agreed, or Sony has agreed, to allow them to use their music and anything in their catalog legally, okay? And if you're not familiar with dubstep or anything like this, most of the time, you know what I mean, let me go backwards. So the SoundCloud platform, why SoundCloud was such a popular platform was because it allowed remixes, mixtapes, DJ versions of mixtapes and cover songs and things of that nature. And it became popular because SoundCloud did not basically have copyright infringement at that time that was being enforced by the record labels. So it became a popular platform for producers and DJs to go when they want their music to be heard or a remix that they might have done. So I want to get that out of the way. What has happened is now that Sony has negotiated with this company Dubstep, okay, which is actually out of Los Angeles, I think it's San Francisco or Los Angeles. What this does for producers, okay, is opens the door for you to now start sampling music. Okay, hold on, don't just get out, pull out your damn machine and start sampling, because there are stipulations. But it opens the door for producers and DJs to start sampling music legally and it being okayed by Sony. Now, how is this possible and why is this so? Well, because what happened in the negotiation was real simple. Sony took on the ideology and the thought process, well, hey, we have these people and these producers doing it, i.e. let's utilize dubstep as that template or that platform to see how, real life statistics, to see how this will work. And so basically what is going on is when music is being played or put on a platform that dubstep is doing or using, it now is being able to be a monetization split, which, you know, to me, guys, it should have been done years ago. It was just that simple. So basically, Sony is now taking a portion of the royalties that would be due to, say, a producer for making a track or doing a song or cover song or producer. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. But now Sony gets a split of that regardless to whether you have a copyright clearance. Okay, and that is monumental. And I'm gonna tell you why that's monumental, because that is the beginning of what we all need as producers. Remember, I did a video back some time ago about matter of fact, we was talking about Dr. Dre and how the first 15 seconds of a song and the intro and all the different things, and how, you know, it really makes or break a song. Okay, so in my example, I was talking about Leon Haywood when Dre sampled that, and a couple of other artists, you know what I mean, that he used to sample their music. All right. What this does is it now allows and opens the door for you as producers to be able to now figure out how to go to these record labels and then negotiate the same agreement. And what it really does is it alleviates you guys coming up with thousands of dollars to get a mechanical license and or a sample cleared. It also opens the floor and the door for you to start now presenting tracks with samples to artists, okay? And not having to worry about being sued. Now, I'm not saying that all record labels are on board just yet. However, with Sony opening that door, they basically set the precedence that allows you as a producer to be able to do this legally. It's monumental. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to catch on to this. That is so monumental because it alleviates all of the red tape that you guys was having to go through as producers in order to get music cleared. It also alleviates that that fear that you had of using a sample and then having to worry about, if I put it on somewhere to try to get someone to listen to it, would it be flagged? Would I get a copyright infringement letter from an attorney? All the different things that come with that. So, you know, this is why I'm saying it's monumental, and it will be the way that you get clearances. It is the future, and I'm looking for it to only evolve into something better. Okay, and that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about sampling music, who's doing it legally, who's doing it legitimately, and how it will affect you guys. Now is the time for you guys to think of creative ways to start sampling and then getting it okay by other labels. This is the time for you guys to open up the door. This is the door opening opportunity with this Sony agreement. And I will definitely, let me read some of this that's being said in the article pertaining to this particular situation. It's called gizmodo.com, and you can find it. And I'll just read a couple of quotes on here. And it says basically, Sony legalizes remixes, and it's written by Adam Clark Estes. And it says, in a rare instance of a record company doing the right thing, Sony became the first major label to legalize unofficial remixes and DJ mixes. It's not like DJs were ever going to stop borrowing copyrighted samples for remixes. Remixes can't be stopped, but now finally, you're going to start seeing more remixes on Spotify and Apple Music. The somewhat surprising, if long overdue, move comes with a deal Sony just signed with Dubset, a San Francisco-based startup. And basically what they do is they fingerprint the music, much like the way YouTube does their music and their algorithm. All right. And it basically provides royalties to the record companies that own the rights to the samples. Basically what it said is when a DJ releases an unofficial remix of a Sony-owned track, Sony will now get a cut and listeners will get to enjoy the remix on more platforms. Major Lazer and Bad Royal proved that the model works seamlessly last year when they worked with Dubstep to release my Number. I think that's it. Yeah, My Number. A cover song with samples from other copyrighted tracks. It's now been listened to 17 million times. And with each play depositing a little bit of cash in everybody's pocket. Okay, so monumental, guys, monumental. And of course, this will too affect SoundCloud. It has to affect SoundCloud because, again, what I told you earlier, SoundCloud was that platform that everyone went to when it came to utilizing samples and not having to worry about copyright infringements. All right. So big deal, guys, real big deal. Cash in on this, do your research. All right. You know how I feel about it. If you're a producer and you really utilize this as your craft and you really hone in and you want to know the business side of this, do the research on it. Look at all the paperwork, find the contracts. I will do my best to find the exact parameters put in place with Sony and Dubstep. all right, so that you guys can know it. And what I'll do is when I do find it, I'll just put the link in this particular description in this video so that it's made available for you guys at a later date, and you can just click on the link and go back to it. I'll also put up a blog on music-millionaires.com that you all can go to and read it. And what I'll do is I'll send a notification out to give you details when we find the actual information pertaining to this particular project. Now, with all that said, guys, again, this is a major deal. I don't know if you really grasp this, but it's a major deal because that door is now opened, and because Sony has seen success and they seen one song created 17 million plays, and whatever the percentage of that, depending on what platform they're using. Remember the video I gave you guys about who to stream with because of the most money you make. But depending on what platform they used and the royalty rate that was utilized will determine how much Sony actually made out of that situation and how much Dubstep made out of that as well. However, that's just one song. Imagine if this is done with tens of thousands of songs, and how this could be so monumental to you all's career, to be able to release music and or mixtape artists who put it out on a platform, okay, and get millions of views, and then you're able to monetize that, give a portion of that monetization to the record label, and you have a binding and real relationship together. Now you're actually working with the label because they're monetizing, and you don't necessarily have to be signed with them. It's so many different ways this can actually go, and I'm not saying that's the way that it will go, but these are just things that you guys can think about, and I'm pretty sure there are going to be pros and cons to all of this. But however, again, do your research, find out about it, and let's see how we can make it work for ourselves as producers. Now, with that said as well, I'm going to slide in another topic real quick for you guys that you need to think about. If you haven't already, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, because y'all are diligent, y'all are some smart cats. If you haven't already, okay, because this goes hand in hand with what we just talked about. If you haven't already, make sure that you go and sign up for Sound Exchange. All right, guys, Sound Exchange, a lot of people sleep on Sound Exchange, but Sound Exchange really hones in on that money and royalties that you could be getting for your music that's online and or on YouTube. And I hope you guys really took my advice and start putting your stuff on Napster based on the streaming revenue. But if you haven't, go ahead and get your music on Napster as well. But if you have not signed up, please sign up for Sound Exchange, guys. They basically go in and they are like I hate to use this word, but they're like the leeches of the music industry for you, though. A positive leech, okay? They're a great leech. They're a leech for you. They go in basically and they go through the digital platforms, and they acquire all of that other monies that you don't get, that's due to you, and you need to sign up. And you need to do this because before going or looking into this route that we just talked about with the Sony and Dubset agreement and the sampling, you want to have all your grounds covered and your bases covered when it comes to collecting the maximum amount of money on your royalties. All right, so if you have not, make sure you guys go to Sound Exchange. I think you have to, once you sign up, you give them your name, you show them your picture ID or something like that. You got to give them a copy of your picture ID so they know it's you, and then from that point you submit your titles to the music that you would like them to go out and then bring in more revenue for. They are a great source. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who know, hey, just comment in the chat and confirm what I'm saying to you. But for those who don't know, if you have not, go to Sound Exchange and join Sound Exchange so that they can go in and get the monies that you're missing that could trickle in and make a difference. Okay. Now, with all that said, guys, I'm going to open up the floor for conversation and chat with you guys. And so please bear with me as I look in the chat and answer questions if you guys have any. All right, if you guys have any. And also want to make you guys aware that we will be, as we're working on the studio here at Red Stick Communications, that we will be doing videos once a week. All right, and then once we get the studio all together, then we will go full, full regalia. I just finished watching Django a couple days ago, so I'm in my Django mode. But we're going to go full regalia again. We're going to be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays when we start producing more and better content. We're also working on this Amazon agreement we have, where we're going to be doing a TV series with Amazon. And I told you guys before, I'm be picking a lot of you guys to come visit. I already got a couple of you lined up, and so I'll be contacting you once we get the production crew together and we finalize the storyboards and all the stuff that comes with this. Trust me, there's a lot of behind the scene things that has to happen. We're going to be coming to visit a couple of you guys who have earned the right for people in the world to know who you are, and I'm happy to be able to put you on and give you a platform utilizing Amazon and their streaming platform to showcase you guys. However, if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the chat, and I'll be answering, whatever questions you have to the best of my ability. And you also know how it works. If you don't have any questions for me, then I will just see you guys next time. But again, just look out. We're working on a lot of things. That's why you haven't seen me. And big ups to BK Bangers for putting out the tutorials for us. And for all of you who are members of the Music Millionaires website, the full tutorial and the course will be available to you guys shortly. We are uploading it right now. And so it is hosted by BK Bangers, who did a bang up job. And we are working on the sound issues and things like that, guys. So please forgive us. He's making his transition as well to get the proper audio together for you guys. But big ups to BK Bangers for the courses that he's been given. And any of you guys who are on the team and you feel like you want to put out something, or you have something to teach that you want to educate, the viewers on, feel free to hit me up on my email. Let me know that you're interested in doing this. It's great exposure with other producers. It allows other producers to know you, and you may have a skill set or you may know a tip, trick, or secret that someone else don't know that they can utilize. So if you want to do some videos for us, let us know, and just give me a email, hit me up. And if you have my phone number, guys, give me a call for those who have my phone number, and let's see what we can do. And Spadowza 100, don't think you're getting away, bro. I don't want to call your real name on live TV, but don't think you're getting away. See, because every time I do a video, you got some gems you're giving people, and you think, okay, we're going to talk, bro. I'm going to give you a call. So anyway, if you guys don't have any questions, man, I'd like to say thank you again for watching this particular episode. All right, well, hold on. What was the name of the leech thing? That was by Devin James. It's Sound Exchange, Devin, and thank you for paying attention, man. It's Sound Exchange, and like I said, when I use the word leech, I could have said catfish. It don't matter, but leech in a good way for producers, man. I really don't think Sound Exchange is really capitalized off of and utilized the way it should be. They literally go down and they find the money for you. Okay, they really find the money. So if you're a producer and you have not signed up for Sound Exchange, please sign up for Sound Exchange. I'm not putting any affiliate links and nothing like that, so I get no money off of this. This is all for you, from a producer to producers. And I try my best to give you things that actually will help you and work for you. But if you have not, make sure that you sign up for Sound Exchange. It's well worth it, and it's free. It's free. How do you beat free? At least when I did it, it was free. So make sure you sign up for Sound Exchange. And Devin James, thank you for bringing that back up for those who just started watching late. Now, if anybody has any questions, please, if you have any questions, man, please feel free to ask them in the questions right now. Ask them in the chat right now while you have me available, because I probably won't be able to get on this week, Thursday. It probably won't be till next Tuesday that we can do another live chat session. And we have a shit of topics, man, that you guys need to know. If you have not clicked on the notification to be notified, make sure you do, because I have a ton of topics that we're going to be talking about for you guys, and that is really useful to help you up your game in the production career. And I know you guys are following other channels who talk about it, and most of the guys nowadays, what's the brother name? Curtis King. I got mad respect for him. He's dropping some great information. Mad respect for Curtis King. If you haven't followed Machine Master as far as production and watching how these guys work these beat kits and things like that, make sure you go and chime into Machine Masters. If you haven't signed up to BK Banger's YouTube website and account, make sure you go there as well and sign up. And Mims, my man, I apologize, but if you haven't, go there and support BK Bangers as well, and subscribe to his channel. So Mims Beat asked a question, and big ups to Mims Beats. Mims, I apologize. I knew I was forgetting somebody. I'm forgetting a lot of you guys, but you know I fuck with you, Mims. All right. So Mims asked though, when setting up a producer website, should I price the cinematic type music any differently in case a YouTube channel wants to use as an instrumental? All right. No. I wouldn't do that at all. Okay, well, let me do part two of his question first. He says, or what if I get a request from a major company that wants to use it in a movie? All right, so let me deal with the first part of it. If you're setting it up on your website, okay, there are several ways you can set up your website. You can set your website up to offer non-exclusive music to be used by YouTube channels or musicians and things of that nature, and limit the rights to that music based on its use. All right, that's the first thing you can do. But I would keep whatever, I don't care if it's cinematic, I don't care what it is. If you're going to offer it for all the same price. Keep it equilateral, you know, make it equal, because it's non-exclusive. Now, if you are contacted from a major company that wants to use the movie, that's a whole completely different thing, because now you're talking about the big bucks. They already know that they're going to spend much more than a few dollars to utilize your music. Well, they should know, unless they have a fixed budget. All right, but if that is the case, then what you want to do again is negotiate a term that works for you if they're on a fixed budget. And what I mean by that is now, because they're going to need exclusive music more than likely, or they're going to at least need music that they can retitle and then submit to whoever their client possibly are or is. So the major label side of this is completely different when you are doing it, because remember the last video I talked about when it came to negotiating, you have many different elements inside of a production agreement when it comes to major label, because you're talking about mechanical licenses now, you're talking about a sync license placement, and you're talking about money. And most of the time that money and that budget is set on that particular company's terms, because they have other options. You know what I mean? They have other options, but if they like your music, more than likely they will negotiate your fee and term. But realistically, oftentimes they already have a set budget in mind, what they want to spend, because more than likely your music won't be the only music they're acquiring. So they have so much money that they have to use within that budget to acquire so much music, especially if it's about a sitcom, a series, a TV show, or a movie. And it might, some of them things might have been the same, and I've just running it down. But most of the time, depending on the demographics of the project, there's already a set budget, and you can go up or down depending on what you would like to try and do to acquire more of that budget, or give them a discount on it and then require other rights to that particular sync placement. So it still boils down to the things that I was telling you about in the video on how to negotiate a producer contract, man. You know, just key elements that you need to think about prior to. And being that you have you thought about that, put that in place, because you are, I don't know if you've been contacted by a company, but you obviously are putting it out in the universe, you know, or maybe, I don't want to put your business out there, but you know, go ahead and start putting them things in place and lining up in your mind what it is you want to, what you want to deal with. Matter of fact, someone that is great to ask that from the producer side, if I'm not clear enough, would be Zach Billings. Zach just recently, I think he inked a placement as well, and you know, he's working out parameters with that placement. And the hardest thing to do within all that is really simple, because they send you over production agreements and sync agreements and things of that nature. They're going to send you over their contract or a standard contract. Oftentimes, you just need to be able to understand what it is, the verbiage inside of that production or sync agreement, so that you have clarity and or obtain an attorney if you do not. Oftentimes, you know, I do make myself available for consultation on things like that, if need be. I just charge a couple of dollars to look over it, or have my attorney look over it for you, which I'm working on too as well. I apologize. I do have, never mind. But Zach Billing, he would definitely, as a producer, he would definitely be able to help you, or if he's willing to, be able to share some things with you on what his experience has been when it comes to that as well. But verbiage, understanding verbiage is the key. And you're welcome. All right, so Kiara Morola is asking, and I hope I said your name the right way, Kiara, how to arrange the structure of the beat. Now, I'm not exactly sure what do you mean by structure. Are you talking about from the intro to the pre-chorus to the chorus? The break, the bridge. What are you talking about? But what I'll do is just basically tell you. And as a matter of fact, I got several videos, man. Just go check out my videos talking about the most important thing that you can have as a music producer. I have the one that I did with, I can't even think of the title of the damn song. Look at that, guys. Getting older, man. The birthday is killing me. But I just did one where we was talking about Dre and how to basically make tight hook, or the first 15 seconds of your song, and how to hook people. So, really, it really depends on what do you mean far as the structure of the beat. You know what I'm saying? Because like I tell many people, and if you're new to Music Millionaires and the Peacemakers, welcome and congratulations, and thank you for joining us. But one of the number one things I've always told people, and the guys here in the chat will tell you, is that you have 15 to 20 seconds to grab a listener's attention. You have 15 to 20 seconds to grab an A&R's attention, okay? And when you have that small window of opportunity, you really need to come with something dope. And one of the things that we talked about was what made artists and producers like Dr. Dre, who I've worked with, so dope, was even though they were taking other artists' music, they was taking the dopest music from old school artists, you know what I mean, and taking their intros and making it their intros and modifying it and making it like just dope, you know what I mean? Like we was talking about the Tupac California Love. When the very beginning of that song, you know what I mean, dun 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 dun, just hype. So when you're structuring your music, structure it for a dramatic appearance. A dramatic appearance to whoever's listening, instantly catch them. And then whatever artists that you have that you're producing or you sell the track to, you want them to come just as hard because they have that first 15 seconds, depending on how you structure that track, you know what I mean, whether you're just having music only or you're structuring it to go maybe 4 bars, an intro, and then, the artist come right in, but you want your artist to be able to really capitalize off of that dramatic 15 to 20 second opportunity you give them and really put in some work, whether it's the hook, whether it's the opening verse, whatever it is. You really need an artist that is really going to do justice to your music. Okay, so you want more specifics. Okay, so you were saying bars. The first 4 bars normally of the song is where you have that opportunity at the very beginning of your production. Okay, the first 4 bars, depending on where you're going with your theme, whether you like Mem said cinematic, whether you're going dramatic, whether you're going action, whether you're going straight hip hop, whether you're going dubstep, whatever genre of music you're doing, you want to utilize them first 4 bars in order to get said listener's attention and or producer's attention, or A&R. After those first 4 bars, you can lead that into the next 4 bars and make them a combined 8 bars, if that makes sense to you. So you may have something different at the very first 4 bars and then lead that different approach into the next 4 bars just to lead them into possibly a hook or a chorus. Okay, and it sounds complicated, but it's real simple. It's how we've done a lot of our music. Matter of fact, go back to Kush. When you listen to Dr. Dre's Kush and all the different songs we've done over the past, or Bad versus Evil and all these different things, and you see how that production is created and then how the lyrics come in and or the verses or hooks, you'll understand what I mean by that. And like Spadazzo say, have dope transitions, which is the key. the transition into the next verse, the transition into the next hook, and it could be a simple 2-bar break, you know. So, but again, y'all have all the resources inside of the chat. Because Spadazzo 100 is definitely, he's a TV person. He does more TV themed than cinematic music, so he's a great resource to go to and check out some of his music. Spadazzo, if you don't mind, please, if you don't mind, put your SoundCloud account in the chat so they can check out some of your music and get an example of what it is I'm saying and what you're saying. Easy Cash 860, you listen, bro. I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you guys watching more than anything. So, you know, I have a lot of knowledge in my head. I just hope a lot of you guys pick my brain and try and get it, man. So, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for. I'm glad that you found some usefulness out of the information I give you. All right, guys. Well, I don't see any more questions in the chat, and maybe there's a time lag between me and you. However, I'm going to close this out by saying appreciate you guys watching as usual. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell notification. Also, remember, guys, this is something that's real. Music changes things. Music changes people. It changes attitude. It changes people's demeanor. It changes the world, man. So always understand and realize when you are making your production that you have the power to make someone's day. You have the power to make someone angry. You have the power to make someone happy with your music. That means music is life. All right, guys. With that said, we out.